something.
Yeah, that's nice.
Holy shit moly, alright.
What just happened on Oak Island was never meant to become public knowledge, at least not this soon. But somehow, details leaked, and now Season 13 may have changed everything. This time, the team didn't just uncover another rusted artifact or a broken piece of timber. They reportedly discovered something far more mysterious. Something ancient. Something buried so deep underground that it raises one chilling question. Who wanted it hidden this badly? According to the leaked reports, the discovery may be linked to a forgotten group powerful enough to erase parts of its own history. Now, experts and researchers are deeply divided. Some believe this could be the most important clue ever uncovered on the island, while others think it may actually be a warning. Why would anyone construct tunnels, traps, coded symbols, and underground chambers simply to protect one secret? And if the reports are accurate, then Oak Island may no longer be just a treasure hunt. It could be connected to something far bigger. Before diving into what was allegedly found beneath the garden shaft, one thing is certain. After hearing this story, you may never look at Oak Island the same way again. The team reportedly detected a sonar signal so precise and unusual that they repeated the scan 3 separate times just to confirm it was real. What appeared on the screen wasn't debris, old wood, or another collapsed tunnel. Instead, it looked like a perfectly shaped rectangular chamber buried deep beneath the island. Leaks claim the structure measures roughly 10 feet wide and 15 feet long, sitting more than 140 feet underground. To imagine that depth, think of an entire room hidden beneath a 14-story building. Even more incredible is the idea that something this advanced could have been built centuries ago without modern equipment or machinery. Creating a structure like this would have required massive manpower, years of secret work, and engineering skills far ahead of its time. What makes the situation even stranger is that for decades, almost everyone focused on the famous money pit, a complicated maze of flooded shafts and collapsed tunnels. Meanwhile, this remarkably preserved chamber may have been sitting nearby the entire time. But the mystery doesn't stop there. According to the reports, sonar images suggested the chamber was not empty. Researchers allegedly identified at least 3 large rectangular objects resting on the floor. Density readings indicated the objects were extremely heavy, leading some to speculate they could be chests filled with metal, valuable artifacts, or hidden treasure. Yet the detail causing the greatest excitement among researchers isn't the objects themselves. It's the walls of the chamber. The scans reportedly revealed a thin metallic layer lining the entire interior. Investigators believe this unusual material may have protected the chamber for centuries, shielding it from collapsing pressure and corrosive seawater that destroyed nearby tunnels over time. Core samples collected near the site supposedly contain traces of the same mysterious alloy, adding more credibility to the claims. Because of this, many people are no longer referring to it as a treasure vault. Instead, they're calling it a preserved time capsule. What makes the discovery even more shocking is the early analysis of the metallic lining. Sources claim the material resembles a lead-silver alloy commonly associated with ancient Roman engineering. Historians know the Romans used similar materials in aqueduct systems, protective containers for important documents, and even burial chambers for elite figures. Producing such an alloy required wealth, advanced knowledge, and powerful infrastructure. If these reports are true, they could completely reshape the history of Oak Island. Suddenly, several strange discoveries made over the years begin to look very different. Artifacts once dismissed as coincidences, including an alleged Roman-era coin and a spearhead resembling a Roman pilum, no longer seem easy to explain away. Instead of random finds, they may represent pieces of a much larger mystery. And that mystery leads to an unsettling possibility. What if individuals with ancient Roman knowledge reached Oak Island long before Christopher Columbus? Mainstream historians strongly reject the theory, but supporters argue that the evidence continues to grow. If the chamber truly exists, it suggests a carefully planned construction project on a massive scale, not a simple shipwreck or a few explorers arriving by accident. Some researchers now believe that a secretive group connected to the early origins of the Knights Templar may have inherited fragments of Roman technology and hidden knowledge after the fall of the Roman Empire. According to this theory, they used that knowledge to create the ultimate hidden vault beneath Oak Island. If that's true, then brothers Rick Lagina and Marty Lagina may have uncovered more than buried treasure. They may have stumbled upon evidence capable of challenging accepted historical timelines. And the deeper investigators look, the harder it becomes to ignore the possible Templar connection. The Knights Templar were famous for secrecy, coded systems, vast financial networks, and elaborate methods of deception. That has led to one especially fascinating theory. What if the money pit was never the true destination at all? According to the leaks, this newly discovered chamber is not located directly beneath the original money pit site. Instead, it reportedly sits at a different position that strangely aligns with a hidden geometric point connected to Nolan's Cross, a pattern that only becomes visible when the entire area is mapped correctly. This detail has sparked intense debate among researchers. Some now believe the chamber may not be the final vault at all. It could be a ceremonial room, a decoy chamber, or even a sacred tomb designed to protect something far more important than gold. Suddenly, the island's infamous flood tunnels and engineered traps begin to make a different kind of sense. Maybe they weren't created to guard ordinary treasure. Maybe they were built to protect something considered sacred. For decades, legends surrounding the Knights Templar have claimed they possessed priceless religious relics connected to Christianity. Objects such as the Holy Grail, the Ark of the Covenant, or even the remains of John the Baptist. Items with that level of importance wouldn't simply be buried like ordinary pirate treasure. They would likely be sealed away with extreme care, hidden inside a chamber designed with remarkable precision and respect. And this Roman-style vault seems to match that idea perfectly. The objects discovered inside may not even be treasure chests in the traditional sense. They could be containers holding artifacts powerful enough to rewrite history itself. If that's true, then the real treasure of Oak Island may have nothing to do with money. It could be spiritual, historical, and far more valuable than anyone ever imagined. Suddenly, clues from recent seasons, including references to the Knights of Malta and hidden Knights Templar symbolism, begin to connect in ways viewers never expected. According to one theory, Oak Island itself may function like a giant lock. Nolan's Cross could represent part of the key, while this newly discovered chamber might be only one section of a much larger hidden system leading to the true vault. If that theory is correct, then the famous money pit may have served a completely different purpose all along, a carefully designed distraction. A collapsing maze created to mislead treasure hunters for generations, while the real secret remained hidden somewhere nearby. And now, for the first time, the team may finally be standing on the edge of the real discovery. So what happens next? If the leaked reports are accurate, Season 13 changes everything. The mission is no longer about blindly searching for clues. Now, the focus shifts to reaching the chamber itself. Every drilling operation, underground scan, and excavation strategy used over the years may have been leading to this exact moment. Because now, they may finally know where to dig. And if the reports are true, what comes next could become the most expensive, technically difficult, and dangerous excavation ever attempted on Oak Island. This time, the mystery is no longer about finding the target. They may already know the location. They know the estimated depth, and based on the sonar scans, they may even have an idea of what's waiting below. Now the real challenge begins, recovering it. Of course, many people remain skeptical. After 12 seasons filled with false alarms, flooded tunnels, and disappointing discoveries, plenty of viewers no longer believe the island will ever reveal anything truly significant. That reaction is understandable. Across the internet, critics continue calling it another television stunt, or claiming the island's mystery will never be solved. But when you step back and look at the bigger picture, the situation becomes far more interesting. For years, fans have wanted real evidence, something more meaningful than old wood fragments or rusted metal scraps pulled from the ground. And if these reports are legitimate, This discovery could finally be the breakthrough everyone has been waiting for. A carefully engineered, metal-lined chamber buried deep underground, constructed using techniques that seemingly don't fit within accepted North American history. Discoveries like that don't simply appear by accident. Which raises another major question. Have Rick Lagina and Marty Lagina known more than they've publicly admitted? Or did they quietly realize years ago that Oak Island was connected to something much larger than pirate treasure? At this stage, the implications stretch far beyond gold or artifacts. The mystery now touches the timeline of history itself. If ancient engineering or Roman-era technology somehow reached Oak Island centuries before Christopher Columbus, historians may eventually have to reconsider who truly arrived in the Americas first. And that may explain why every step of the investigation is being handled so carefully. For viewers, Oak Island is a source of weekly mystery and entertainment. But for the team, it has become a lifelong mission, an opportunity to solve a 230-year-old legend that has fascinated generations of treasure hunters. Now, hidden somewhere beneath the island, this mysterious chamber may finally contain the answers they've been searching for all along. But one enormous mystery still remains. What exactly is inside those massive objects detected on the chamber floor? And there's another fascinating side to this story, one the show rarely discusses openly. The Fellowship of the Dig isn't limited to the people viewers see on camera. Over the years, another powerful force has become deeply involved in the search: the fans themselves. In many ways, they've become an unofficial extra member of the team. Some fan theories that were once dismissed as wild internet speculation are now beginning to sound surprisingly believable. For every bucket of dirt removed from Oak Island, thousands of online investigators examine every detail from their homes around the world. Entire communities on Reddit and dedicated treasure hunting forums spend countless hours analyzing episodes frame by frame, searching for clues the show may have overlooked. And these aren't just casual viewers anymore. Some use advanced satellite imagery to study strange geometric patterns across the island. Others digitally overlay maps created by Zaina Halpern onto modern survey data with remarkable precision. Some researchers dive deep into centuries-old shipping records, Templar history, and forgotten financial archives with the dedication of professional historians. Take, for example, the famous French line theory connecting Nolan's Cross to European landmarks. That concept didn't originate in the show's war room. It first gained popularity through intense late-night discussions among fans online. At this point, the Oak Island community has evolved into something much larger than a television audience. It has become a worldwide network of digital treasure hunters working together to solve one of history's greatest mysteries. But here's the part few people talk about. The real story may not be what the fans are discovering, but who is paying attention to them? According to sources connected to the production, the show's research team reportedly monitors fan forums and online discussions very closely. Think about that for a moment. One of the next major breakthroughs featured on the show could begin not with a centuries-old manuscript, but with a theory posted online by a retired engineer living halfway across the world. And that creates an interesting possibility. Are the producers simply following these discussions to understand audience reactions? Or are they quietly using fan research to inspire new leads and directions for the investigation itself? Because if that's true, then the greatest deception on Oak Island may not involve the flood tunnels or hidden shafts at all. The biggest illusion may be the idea that the Fellowship is solving the mystery of Oak Island on their own. In reality, they may have millions of people around the world helping them piece the puzzle together. And the theories coming from this massive online community range from surprisingly believable to completely unbelievable. While the show mainly focuses on the Knights Templar, pirates, and hidden treasure, internet researchers have connected Oak Island to almost every mystery imaginable. Some believe the island could be linked to lost manuscripts supposedly written by Francis Bacon, secret Rosicrucian societies, or even ancient Viking burial sites. Other theories go even further. A few researchers claim the money pit may not actually be a treasure shaft at all, but the entrance to a massive underground tunnel network hidden deep beneath the island. Others suggest the island could somehow be connected to an ancient extraterrestrial crash site. At first, some of those ideas sound impossible. But on an island where people are now discussing the possibility of a perfectly preserved Roman-style chamber buried far underground, you begin to wonder, is anything truly impossible anymore? And that brings the focus back to the shocking leaked reports surrounding the garden shaft discovery. The moment those details appeared online, the fan community immediately exploded with activity. Within hours, researchers across online forums began pointing out that the reported lead-silver alloy found inside the chamber had historical connections to secretive groups believed to have descended from Templar traditions. Others quickly started comparing the chamber's depth and dimensions to ancient numerical patterns and symbolism associated with the Knights. In other words, while the Fellowship may have discovered the chamber, the internet is already trying to solve how to unlock its secrets. And maybe the final clue won't come from a forgotten document or a hidden relic after all. Maybe it's already sitting somewhere online, buried inside an old forum post written years ago that nobody took seriously at the time. Which brings us to the biggest question of all. Is Oak Island truly hiding a legendary Templar secret capable of rewriting human history? Or has this entire mystery become the most elaborate and expensive treasure hunt ever created? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe to the Time Fold channel and don't forget to leave a like.